Right, it's Sunday, time to do a Sunday vlog. We're going to look at a bit of colour in the garden, so it's a bit blowy but still a very pleasant day. We'll look at some colour, sort of crossover between summer and autumn now, so a lot of the summer stuff is still flowering, but some of the autumn stroke winter flowers are starting to come into bud and flower, so we'll look at them as well. And we've got a couple of bargains to look at along the way as well. So colour's not always just flowers. Obviously we've got some nice bright foliage, and that bromeliad is brilliant colour all summer long. We've got the banana cannas, which is still got flowers to push out. We've got the big Russian reds, which are actually taller than the banana cannas. They're still flowering away quite happily. We do have some more bromeliads for colour there. A lot of the summer bedding still flowering away, so again sort of a New Guinea impatiens here, or impatiens. Fantastic colour, nice foliage, nice tropical look. Yeah, so we'll go down to the other end of the garden, look at some colour there. So what are we now? October 18th, 19th, something like that. 19th probably. Still pleasantly warm, not hot, but it's warm. Well, we are on the East Coast anyway. I know a lot of people are probably getting rain today, but we tend to get that a lot later on, being right on the edge of the East Coast here. So the begonia grandis, this is one that just sort of popped up out of nowhere. That's done well. It's starting to go over a little bit now, but that's actually done better than any of the ones I've planted anywhere else. Just the way it goes. Sometimes they pop up, and if they're happy they'll do it. Right, so a bargain. This is one of the nice yucca elephantites, the colourful types. It's not a jewel, it's similar colours but sort of got darker in as well. And this was B&M half price, $8.25 from $16.50. Again, these ones not hardy. I've had a few of these in the garden for many years. A bad wind, it does take them out. Really, anything below -2, -3, you'll get damage, possibly kill at about -5. So one to bring up close to the house or under shelter, you know, unheated greenhouse, something like that over winter, absolutely fine. Nice little bargain there. Also, I've done a video a couple of weeks ago on some, you know, getting ready for winter, some fleeces. Happened to be in Aldi. Sure, a lot of people are seeing these on Facebook, some of the tropical groups there. We've got some nice fleeces actually. Pack of 3 here. These are only $4.99 each, and I say each, I mean per pack. So 3 fleeces for $4.99, and the size on these, as you can see, 110 centimeters by 90 centimeters. So sort of a medium size fleece. They're quite heavy duty. They are 90 grams, and they've got the drawstring and the zip on the side, which are ones I do like to use, because you can just unzip it during the day and zip it up again at night. They've got some bigger ones. This is a pack of 2 for $4.99, and these are the bigger ones. They're 180 by 120. Again, 90 grams. I think I'm okay for fleeces now. They are pretty good. I think I bought some a few years back from the Lidl, and still going strong. Pretty good ones them. Right, so going back to sort of flowers and a bit of colour. So the red dragon, Persicaria, obviously I haven't cut this one back at all. Well, I have a little bit because it's sort of coming out for this opening to the main part of the back garden. But yeah, I've left this to his own devices, sprawled through a lot of other plants. But yeah, lots of nice little tiny flowers on there. I've got a ginger here. It's not quite in flower yet. I believe this one is greeny eye. It's got the darker back to the foliage, almost maroony red. Now starting to come into flowers, so hopefully weather will hold up for that. Some of the other gingers have been and gone flowering wise. I forget which type this is now, but yeah, that flowered about a month ago. Nice little spider in there. Yeah, so we've still got some cannas. So these ones are ones that are left in the ground. So there's been a dry, really dry, hot summer. So these are probably a little bit behind than maybe if you start them off. These have just been left in the ground over winter. So they've been flowering or starting to flower. And we've got some flower spikes in them as well. Yeah, not everything's looking good. A lot of stuff is starting to sort of go over a bit now, and I'll give you a good example of that. Obviously the hostas, which got eaten to pieces, but I mean that they will start yellowing out at this point of the year. Perfectly normal, they'll die back. The voodoo lilies have started to collapse and go over a bit. Got one there still looking okay. Yeah, that one's just collapsed under its own weight, and that'll quickly die off now. Indian rhubarb still looking good, still in there. That's been doing pretty well all summer, to be fair. It's a nice shady area there for it. What are we looking at? A bit of colour. So I will say the centre bed, I mean, we've had these cheap bedding impatiens all summer long. These were planted out end of April. You buy them as tiny little plugs. They're already flowering at that point. They've flowered the whole season. Here we are, sort of back end of October, still flowering away, looking fantastic. Obviously the dahlias, they're all still going. I've been a bit slack on deadheading, but they're still, I have cut the odd deadhead off, but they're still flowering away. But yeah, I'm definitely going to utilise the cheap bedding impatiens next year and get a bit more colour everywhere, because we've got, you know, along the borders you've got colour with, you know, certain plants with the coleus and you know, various plants will give you a nice contrast of colour with the heucheras, all different colours with them. But you can't beat a vibrant flower really, for, you know, give you, even on a, it's been fairly sunny today, sort of clouded over now, on a dull day, you know, colour like that just makes you smile. The amaryllis, even though the foliage is starting to go over, you've still got the seed heads. Brilliant colour, seeds everywhere. An interesting one, so we've got the fuchsia, which normally flowers a lot earlier in the year, early summer, late spring, early summer. I think it's just been so dry, they're sort of held off, but now we've had a bit of rain over the last month or so, they've started to come into flower, and again, just a really bright, happy colours. Really stands out in a lot of the green foliage, just little bits like that. It's the little winds into it. We've got a a Butyl here. This is just a cheap one I brought from, I don't know, Asda a couple of years ago, just as a little tiny sort of plug plant. I do find with these, I mean, again, sort of cute little flowers on them, sort of red bells with the yellow sticking out the bottom. They I have these flowering nearly all winter. Sometimes they do brighten up a dark winter's day. Then one's gone slightly over. Also the oleander. This is had a flush. We've still got some more flower buds coming out on them. They're quite pretty, sort of bright pink again. So while we're looking at flowers, let's just have a check up with the flower spike on the Canariensis. I'm trying to crouch under. This is a really nice golden colour now, really golden, and I'm still not quite sure what's going on because I've actually got a couple of seeds on this and they're not self-fertile, so I don't know what's going on there. It's probably just a random freak of nature, probably not fertile. Yeah, so the crossover between the sort of summer flowers we've just been looking at, some of the bed and the fuchsias, all these what you sort of associate with summer, and then we've got the winter or autumn flower and stuff. So we've got Mahonia soft caress there, which is now doing its yellow flowers. Just a nice little happy yellow. Not bad. And obviously Fatch is a winter flowering as well. This is the Fatsia variegata, big old flower coming on that as well, or bunch of flowers. Yeah, so in general things are going over. Obviously, like I say, we've got the Jersey is sort of certainly seen better days. Most of the hostas which weren't eaten by slugs have sort of yellowed up now, so it's a strange combination of autumn colours with still some of the associated summer flowers. The cordlines always look good this time of year with the big seed pods on. The birds have been tucked into these, but they ain't even scratched the surface. There's so many big flower sprays on them that birds can help themselves, and there's still hundreds on there. Trees are starting to turn. We've got a sort of nice yellowing out now. The Japanese maple, Ace, is not dropping its leaves yet. I'm kind of hoping it does soon, because that will let a lot more light into the summer house then, so I'll be applying a lot more plants in there shortly in terms of agaves and succulents and cacti, that sort of thing. So yeah, we've been nowhere near a frost yet, but really this time of year, November, around mid-November, you sort of expect it, or you just never know. I've gone up till Christmas, into January before getting a frost. You just play it by ear. But yeah, some things will have to come in eventually, like the alocasias here. They're not going to be growing now, but again, I'm keeping these dormant over winter as such, so I'm not worried about them slowing down and stopping growth. They'll come in before we get the first frosts. Yeah, so the last couple of videos I've done were moving the tropical palms from the hothouse indoors, and we looked at the indoor grow tent. I'll do a video midweek maybe about the actual indoor grow tent now it has been filled up pretty much. Still got a couple more plants I can squeeze in, So we'll see what that looks like. Just gonna give it a week or so just to settle in, and we'll have a look at the plants then. So I think what we'll do is we'll leave it there. I've just got a couple of bananas I need to dig out, which is the obviously the Enset, Heniba, and we've got the Burmese Blue, which could possibly be hardy. I kept this in the hothouse last year, unheated. I kept all this foliage, so to me, you know, that did get below minus in there, so pretty tough little banana. But to dig out the Enset, which is behind it, that's going to be in the way, so I'll probably damage it anyway, so I might as well dig them both out at the same time, and then start it off early next year, both of them, and work like that. So other than that, I mean, I've got food plants which in theory I could dig out, but I'm not going to bother. So I've got a little black magic in here. Can be quite a troublesome one, sort of colocasia oyster over winter, so I've already got one potted up, so I'll keep that one for next year. I'll leave that. They won't survive, or very unlikely to survive, UK winter. One that I am going to leave in to trial colocasia wise will be the lemon lime. So this has been through a bit this year, just due to the large amaryllis, which came up out of nowhere and fell over in the winds and sort of squashed this to the ground, this lemon lime. But bounced back, so I've got loads of them, so I'm going to leave that one in the ground, give it a bit of a trial. Yeah, to finish up on, let's talk about the flower and the colocaceas, the pink chinas I'm talking about now. They've been nothing but flowering for the last, I don't know, 3 months. So very little foliage from these. So the foliage that I have got, they're looking a bit rough now. Yeah, it's still nice to see this time of year, but I'd say most of the foliage is sort of gone over, just because they've been more concerned about pushing out flowers, which they are still doing as we speak. I've been cutting a lot of flowers off, but they still keep on pushing out. In contrast to that, the Escalenta, the standard green, you know, the foliage on the pink china is looking a bit rough, a bit wind torn, a bit faded out. The Escalenta still looks fantastic, and I'll just remind everyone that I do leave these in the ground and they come back every year. Not got particularly big this year, again, just to probably due to the dry. I mean, I normally get them probably double this size, but still really nice looking colocation nonetheless. Standard, you know, the original green. Right, we'll leave it there. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.